Joining me now from Bologna is Elly Schlein. She's an Italian member of the European Parliament for the left-wing Possibile party. Up until last year, she was a member of Prime Minister Matteo Renzi's governing Democratic Party. Welcome, Elly, to DW. You and your party campaigned against Renzi's constitutional reform plans. Why?
Well, because it was a very bad reform. It would have shifted a lot of power in the hand of the ruling party. It would have, in a way, deleted a lot of competences of the region, and it would have taken away the vote of the right to vote for their representatives, for Italian citizens. And I think that's part of the reason why they voted against. The curious thing is that it has been described, at least this morning in the international media, as a populistic vote, while it was not clearly, because, yes, of course, extreme right was on the side of the no. Grillo's five-star movement was supporting the no, but also the left, also 60% of Italian people, also the biggest trade union, for example, and also the association of partisans who freed the country from the fascism many years ago. So it was not a populistic vote. I think he made the mistake
Elly, you are saying that there was broader support, actually more than just the populist vote, but Renzi always argued that these reforms were about making Italy more governable. He said that especially changes to the Senate would make political deadlocks less likely, save money and make the country more stable. What do you feel about that?
It was not true, actually. They used the constitutional architecture as a scapegoat to hide the failures of the political system, which are a different problem. We are number 2 in Europe in terms of how many laws we produced. We don't need to speed up or to do more laws. Maybe we should need to do better laws. So actually it was a very bad debate in these months that could have been used to address the real issues of the country, corruption, evasion, the rising inequalities, and instead they focused on changes of the constitution which were not needed to make our institution more efficient, but in the truth to give more power to the ruling party. That was the problem, and fortunately, even if he was the one to lead a very populistic campaign by saying we need to reduce politicians, we need to reduce the cost of politics, but fortunately people didn't buy it and understood the risk to lower the quality of our democracy.
But Elly, one of the things that many people are also saying that this was not a referendum on constitutional reform, it was a referendum on Matteo Renzi. What is your assessment?
That's what happened, unfortunately, because they managed to divide the country on the one thing on which we were really united, our constitution. When he understood that the reform was very weak, he tried to personalize it, to frame it as a vote on him and his government, trying to find with the constitution a legitimacy that he never had, because he was never voted to be the prime minister, as you know. That was a huge mistake, and I think that now he's paying the consequences for that choice, that very irresponsible choice as well.
Right. EU parliamentary member Elly Schlein in Bologna, central Italy. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.